In a previous video, linked above and in the description, I built this workbench using FATH and SureFrame components from AutomationDirect.com. Now I'm adding this upper shelf, and I'll highlight some additional fasteners to help you choose the right components for your build. I didn't necessarily use the most efficient fasteners for the build, but instead used a variety to illustrate more options. I'll pre-assemble as much as I can to simplify the process. So first, I'll build out the shelf itself. I use these slide nuts for attaching the gusseted corners here, and got the nuts and screws all installed on the one side and slid into the cross members. On the inner cross members, I used hammer nuts, since these can be installed mid-rail rather than having to slide in from the end. Obviously, I could have slid everything in from the end on this build, but I wanted to demonstrate these. These simply drop in, and then when you tighten the screw or bolt, they turn to lock in. Now I'll attach the cross members to the front and back rails. The inner ones with the hammer nuts just drop into place and push the nuts and tighten. And here I slide the end members in with the pre-attached corners and slide nuts. And that completes the shelf. So now I'll build out the uprights. These consist of an upright rail, diagonal brace, 45-degree connectors, and gusseted corners. These angle connectors are really cool. They include a self-tapping screw, a roll-in nut, and a regular screw. Simply line up the connector to the end of the rail and drive in the self-tapping screw. Then use the included roll nut and screw to attach to the other framing member. Now onto the upright rails themselves. I'm going to pre-attach the inside corners to the uprights with economy slide nuts. I'm attaching the slide nuts to the brackets, then I'll slide them into the rails. I'll tighten one screw to keep it from sliding while working. Using the shelf centered on the bench, I'm installing the uprights to the bench. I've got it aligned with cross members in the shelf that I'll mount to, and clamped it to hold for assembly. I'm using roll-in nuts here mostly because I have an excess of them, but hammer nuts would probably be simpler. I'll measure and square everything up once I have them both on. I'm deviating from the plans here. I decided I want the shelf a little higher and set back a little further, so I'm setting it on top of the uprights. So I've set the angle arms to be level with the top, and I've pre-installed the nuts in the cross member, so all I have to do is set the shelf frame in place and screw together. Now I should have attached these during the pre-build, but I forgot. I'm using these simple corner brackets to attach my wood to the shelf. I'm using the hammer nuts to install them. It's that easy. SureFrame builds are super easy to accomplish. And there's never any cut charges, even for angle cuts, and fast free shipping. Click here to buy SureFrame and FATH components for your build. Click here to see the Workbench build video. And click here to subscribe to be notified of new products and solutions.